Yo, what's going on, everybody? Man, I feel like I hadn't seen y'all in a while. Welcome back. Today we're going to be going over 3 gospel-based licks that you can put in your playing easily. So if you guys want any of the resources that I have on here, which are my loops, tracks, tabs, or anything like that for any of my videos, feel free to check out my Patreon page, which is linked below. So also something I'm doing on there is these feedback videos where you show me what you're working on, send me a video of you playing or playing in church, whatever, and I will send you my feedback on how you can improve and some different things you can do with any questions when it comes to recording, playing, anything. So feel free to check that out when you go on there. So without further ado, why don't you grab your bass and we'll jump into the lesson. So the first thing we're going to learn is this groove. It's a very, very simple groove. You probably heard it in church a lot if you play in a gospel church. And we're in the key of A flat major. All we're doing is this right here. All right, so all this is I'm starting them from a numbers people. It's just going to be 1, 3, 4, 4 sharp, 5, and then you're going to do this little lick. 5, 6, 1, and then A flat. The back to the 1. 5, 6, 1, octave higher, and then A flat. So you got. And I do like a little octave right there, so A flat, 1, 1. You can do that at the beginning too. I think I did that in a couple, so like. Let me do it really slow for you guys so you can see it. All right, and for my letters, people, all it is A flat, C, C sharp, D, and D sharp. And then after this will be D sharp, F, and then back to A flat with the octave higher and back down. So there's only like 1, maybe 2 techniques in here that you may need to know. But it's like a slide and a ghost note, but it's super simple. So watch this. You hear that? And then right there. That's all you need to know as far as techniques. It's a little hammer on. A lot of times I do it a slide or hammer on. Most times it's just this little slide like that. And this ghost note right here, watch this. Ghost note, and then note. So now watch this. The next one is going to be a slide. So basically when I do a slide, I pluck on the note that you're starting on, and then you slide to the next note without plucking like that. So like. Like that. And that's the whole groove. All right, so lick number 1, super simple. We're just really emphasizing that flat 7. We're gonna be in the key of A flat major, just like we are for all of these licks. Groove starts off like this. So what we're gonna be doing is utilizing that pentatonic scale and highlighting some notes that aren't in it. So the way this lick is gonna start off is gonna be 2, flat or sharp 2, or you could do flat 3, and then the 3. And that's how it's going to start, because remember, you're going to be highlighting these notes that are not in the pentatonic scale, but we use the pentatonic scale as a framework and as a map to be able to go to where we want to go to, what notes we want to go to and everything. So we got, and then we're going to do, which is all pentatonic scale. So I'm using my index and index finger and ring finger. So, and then right after that, I'm gonna go to this flat 7 right here, which is you can think about it as F sharp. So for my notes, people, just B flat, B, C, A flat, F, A flat, F sharp, or G flat. So. All right, so that's part one. Now, part two is going to be one that we've probably heard before, but we're just doing it a little bit different. So all I'm doing is sliding, because I'm kind of dabbling in that, you know, bluesy kind of sound with the blues scale right here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm sliding to this note, from this note, which is like the flat 5 of the key of A flat, up to the 5. So just like that. And I kind of cut it off. And then I come back to it to go down to the 4. So my right hand, it's just one pluck, and then I'm plucking those. And then all this is highlighting the major 3. So this is like a flat 3, hammer on to a 3. So, and then just pentatonic scale, minor pentatonic scale down, A flat minor. So you get this. Because what happens when you dabble in that minor scale, it kind of gives a little bit more of that minor churchy sound. So that's the reason why we're doing that. So we got, so for my notes people, all it is going to be, so this is D to D sharp or E flat, D, C sharp or D flat, B, C, A, so this would be A flat or G sharp, F sharp or G flat, E flat or D sharp, and then C sharp or D flat. So really it'll end right there on that D sharp right there. So the whole lick together, so is, all right, and that's the first lick. So let's check out lick number 2. Sounds like this. So this lick is going to be highlighting some different things. It's going to highlight the flat 7s, highlighting that, you know, major 3. It's got some really cool like aspects up to it. But what we're going to start off with, and it's the whole basis like is normal with gospel licks, is starting off with the pentatonic scale, the A flat major pentatonic scale, which is this. Literally, that's just starting from the 3. A flat major pentatonic scale. That's the whole position. But this is just starting right here from the 3 is where this lick starts. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna go all the way up, and you're gonna go, so boom, and then you're just hitting that 1, and then back to the 2, and then to a flat 7. So you got 3, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, flat 7. For my letters people, it's just C, D sharp or E flat, F, G sharp or A flat, B flat or A sharp, and then that's C, A flat, B flat or A sharp, and then to that F sharp or G flat right there. So that's the first part. And then after that, you're gonna go, so, and then you're just gonna go down that pentatonic to the 6, 5, 4, flat 3, hammer onto the 3, A flat, and G flat or F sharp. So you got this. So now let's check the whole thing out slow. All right, so there's no ghost notes, and I just do a little slide right there. I don't actually pluck that, so it's like. So that's it for the second lick. All right, so now we're at the last lick. So here's how it sounds. All right, so this one's just gonna be based in the A flat major pentatonic scale, just like everything else was. It's gonna be based on the third position of the pentatonic scale, which basically all that means is that it starts on the three, or the third note of the pentatonic, A flat major pentatonic scale, but on the third note, starting on the third note on the E string. Okay, because you know, when we break it up in positions, what we do is we take our individual notes and put it all the way up the E string, and that's where we get our positions from. What we're gonna do is start on this 3, and we should have this position. But what this lick starts off on is a flat 7. So basically you go all the way up your position, you're on that last note, and so you just take that up 1 fret, and then go down the pentatonic right here. So you get that sound. All right, and then you're gonna go down the pentatonic, or this is not pentatonic, this would be the 4, so it'd be like, so you got that. It's the A flat or 1, 5, 6, 1, which you should know for gospel music that you hear a lot of 5, 6, 1s all the time. So yeah, so we got, and the first part of it, just a little technique. There's not really any ghost notes or anything in this, but there is a little slide, like that, sliding to that first note. You hear that? And there's a little pause too, so. And it's kind of like staccato-y, or very like, kind of like tight. You want it to be like, like you're like locked into the. You know, where it's locked in. So that's the big thing about this, is you want to sound like you're in that pocket. So if you're a patron, I have this loop in your loop folder. So take a look at this, check it out, practice with it, because what happens is when you play with the loop, it helps you to lock in that feel, to lock in the kind of hoppy kind of feel to make these licks stand out when you play. If you guys aren't a patron, feel free to check out my Patreon page, which is linked below. So today's takeaway is to achieve feel, because when it comes to feel, when it comes to playing gospel, playing anything, when you're putting your heart into it, that's where that feel comes from. When you're filling it out, like that's something that nobody can necessarily take away from you, because when you have that feel, it changes everything. You can be playing 3 notes, but if it has the best feel, like literally it would take those 3 notes to another level. So with these licks, make sure you try really hard to achieve that feel, because when that feel gets there, everything else will follow. So if you have any questions about any of the things I covered in this video, feel free to hit me up in the comments, hit me up on my Instagram at @Dykes, or even hit me up on my Patreon if you're a patron. Feel free to check out my Patreon page, where you can get all the loops, tabs, and resources for this video and for many other videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you're notified when the newest lesson videos are uploaded. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.